A pleasant day to all. Welcome to the sixth wave of free webinar sessions sponsored by Asia Pacific Association of Educators Training Institute or APIAT. It is a great opportunity for me to speak again in this second time in this prestigious association. Again, I am Evelyn P.P. Dot, Teacher 3 of Muta Elementary School of Casibu West District of the Schools Division of Nueva Vizcaya. I am also proud to say that I finished my Master of Arts in Education, major in Educational Administration, and a proud member or affiliate of APIAT. I am so blessed to have APIAT through the brilliant and ever approachable CEO Chairman, Dr. Raquel D. Bernabe, who accepted me and motivated me to be a speaker. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am encouraging everyone to register, like, subscribe, listen and watch the different videos or sessions of discussion, and share it to others. Today, I am going to discuss the teacher's keys that will be used in dealing with the learners with using the self-learning modules as modality. Well, with the rapid growth of preventive responses towards the COVID-19 outbreak, it seems distance learning is trend here to stay at least for the next 10 to 12 months, maybe. Your or our classrooms with preparation of modules and others can be stressful, and finding the different strategies that could help us or address challenging when it may be your first foray to new delivery modality. So in this session, you are going to know some best processes, strategies, and cycles that could be helpful in handling self-learning or self-paced learning modality. So listen and watch. So the big question for us fellow teachers or fellow educators, how do teachers deal with learners using SLMS as modality? So self-learning modules can create an effective learning environment for the learners to learn. These contain the answers of all possible queries, confusions, and questions that may come in the mind of the learner at the time of learning. These also provide immediate feedback on the performance of the students. This also helps to maintain high interest level and sufficient motivation for the learners. So we should know that these self-learning modules have enriched features such as self-explanatory, self-contained, self-directed, self-motivating, and self-evaluating, which help to cater the needs of all types of learners. So as I mentioned in my first talk, that every delivery modality should be explained to the parents for them to know the background of the modality to be used in every school. So first, in using the SLMS or self-learning module, you are going to have the orientation of parents. First, you have to discuss the background of modality to them. Next, you are going to give the importance of the learning modality. Third, you are going to give the guidelines in using the SLMS. And fourth one, you are going to give restrictions of using, what to do and what not to do. And lastly, you are going to give the schedule of distribution and, of course, the retrieval. So orientation of parents is important for them to be informed of what to do and what to give when the delivery modality will start. So again, the big question for us fellow educators is self-paced learning using self-learning modules effective? Of course, we have to say yes, right? Because we cannot leave the fact that this modality is going to be used in the opening of the school year, which is already on October 5. Well, remember, fellow educators, that self-learning modules, or SLMS, are learning activities designed for participants to do independently when they are unable to attend individual or group education sessions, especially nowadays that the cases of COVID-19 is increasing. So we should prevent the transmission of virus. So delivery modality is being designed to the different institution so that learning will continue. So self-learning modules is helping students become more independent learners. Why? Because, as I have said a while back, that it have an enriched features such as self-explanatory, self-contained, self-directed, self-motivating, and self-evaluating, which could help in catering the needs of all types of learners. They are going to become more independent because they will be excited to turn the pages of the modules within themselves. So self-learning modules are designed to provide with a solid knowledge. So a teacher must know how to help the students become more independent learners by having a great cycle of SLMS. So first, we have the challenge. Second, the initial thoughts, the perspectives or resources, the wrap-up, and the assessment. So first, the challenge. So you are going to challenge them with your letter to them, giving them the do's and don'ts in answering or doing the module. Help them attain their target by giving them reminders and challenging them to do the module correctly or do the activities correctly. Make them responsible. Second is initial thoughts. So instill in them the initial thoughts or the background or knowledge of the lessons. Help them know the background of the lesson. Inform them so that they will know what is all about the lesson or what is all about the lesson inside the module. So third, perspectives and resources. So help them to outlook or know the perspective of the session. Give them the objectives, show them the resources. So in giving perspective, you are going to give the direction or the instruction for them to know what to do. Next, or number 4, is the wrap up. So you are going to give the wrap up of their session with the different activities or creative activities that could help them understand the lesson. So I have said a while back, you are going to give a brief and concise instruction for them to easily know what to do. So lastly, you are going to have the assessment. So help them assess themselves by giving the key to corrections. So we all know, fellow educators, that we have the modules, and on the last part of the module is the answers key or the key to correction. So motivate them not to copy the key to correction. Instead, they are going to do the activities by themselves, and the checklist could be helpful. So it is also important to have a checklist. So you can make your own checklist for the learners if they answered or if they are finished in the activity. So they are going to check it. And communication is useful. So your communication between the teacher and the learner and the parents and the learner is important. So you could use here, if you have your Messenger or Facebook, uh, through Gmail, if there is, or if possible, through cell phone, and It can also be a home visitation, but you should be advised by the different protocols or health protocols so that transmission of virus is prevented. You could see in the diagram presented or in the picture presented that the transmission of ideas, transfer of ideas can still be there using the SLMS. The learners who are not able to understand or easily grasp the ideas or information in the module could ask help from the knowledge bearers like you fellow educators or some of their family members or relatives or anyone from the community. This could be done using the different communication tools like Messenger, cell phone or telephone, Gmail, and others. Well, if your learners find himself difficult in doing the activities in the SLMS, so you, the teacher or educator, could help him in doing it by scheduling a home visitation. Maybe it could have 2 days in a week, especially those learners who are dependent without a sister. So we have 4 strategies using SLMS that learners should have. So they are going to have self-monitoring, they are going to have the self-instruction, the goal setting, and self-reinforcement. So in self-monitoring, they are going to monitor their answers or their activities using the key correction that is being placed or put in at the last part of the module. So they could easily monitor their achievement. And the next is the self-instruction. Using the different background or information presented in the module and the direction given there, so the learner is able to instruct himself to know what to do in that particular activity. And the learner should have the goal to be setted. His goal should be to finish the module within the period or given time. And lastly, the self-reinforcement. So the learner should motivate himself to finish it and to do the activities correctly. Okay, so we have the teacher cycle also. So in having self-learning modules or self-paced learning, we the teachers should follow the cycle. So first, we are going to prepare the package of the different modules to be given to the different learners. Then next is we are going to design or schedule the distribution of SLMS. So we could use the school in distributing the different self-learning modules for the different subjects. And we could also use the schedules, at least giving of modules twice a month or once a month, and retrieval of modules twice a month or once a month. Then next is the monitoring of the learners. So in this monitoring of learners, we are going to monitor if the learners really answered or really doing the activity or the self-learning module by having the communication with the parents, or sometime we could do the home visitation. And next is we are going to assess the learners by checking or correcting of their submitted self-learning modules. It is also good to have the learner's portfolio for them to be encouraged and motivated to answer all the activities presented or given in the self-learning modules. So remember, fellow educators, that learning in true sense requires individual guidance, personal attention, and overall individual efforts for the learners. Though they are learning in a self-paced learning. We should also monitor their achievement or their accomplishment or improvement. So self-learning modules may prove to be a boon for some, but for us and to the others, we should make it as an enriched features for our learners' success. So we should always remember that teacher-parent communication is the best tool to have the improvement of student or pupil achievement, engagement, and success. Remember, fellow educators, that teaching never stops, learning should grow. Thank you for listening in this session and good luck. Stay safe always.